How about a spring centerpiece for a special occasion? Whenever I do a flower arrangement, I follow a few basic principles. You know, flower arranging really isn't that difficult. And I'll tell you, I like to use as much around the house that I can find as possible. And anything you don't have, you could pick up at a florist or even the grocery store. So what I'm trying to do here is create a model centerpiece. I'm going to do two of them actually to go on the dining table. And the idea is I want to keep it pretty low. So I don't want to go over, say, 12 to 14 inches high. So what I started with was some of this floral foam. And what I did is I soaked it in water for about 3 hours to make sure it was fully hydrated. And then I just took some floral tape and taped that down. And what I'm up to now is just kind of getting the form, using greenery to kind of get this thing started. I just added a little magnolia that I gathered. This is little gem magnolia. I'm using some camellia. You can see some of the camellia in here with this leaf, nice glossy leaf. And then a flower that I bought some euphorbia, and I also bought some hydrangea because they're out of season for me here, but I thought the colors worked really well. I've been out in the garden and gathered a lot of tulips, so basically what I'm going to do is go all green with a little chartreuse and then use as many of these sort of apricot and orange and yellow tulips as I can to fill this out. Now with the greenery in place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work in some of these hydrangeas. And I'm going to use 3 of them and do kind of a triangle here in this piece. And now it's time to add some color with these tulips. So what I like to do is, you can see I've got 3 different types of tulips here. What I do is take one variety and equally distribute it around the arrangement. So once I've established the length that I need to fill in with these tulips, I can cut them all off at roughly the same length. Because remember, I don't want this to stick up too high. Now the colors that I've chosen really, I think, work well with the room. So that's why I chose these apricots, slightly orange, and some yellows here to really make it pop. The idea is to just equally distribute all the colors. Now I'm adding the last color, which are these beautiful yellow tulips. They're going to really make the arrangement shine. And I've got to get a move on it because I've got guests coming soon. Now there are a couple of things I want you to remember. Before your guests arrive and the party begins, make sure you keep these arrangements in a cool place, out of direct sunlight, and make sure they stay fully hydrated. You can just stick your finger in there and make sure that you can feel some moisture just around the top edge of that floral foam. If you found these tips helpful, share them with a friend, and make sure you subscribe to ehowhome.